Good afternoon, everyone. When I was asked 7 weeks ago, so it was really 7 weeks ago by Michael Frater and Dr. Mike Seidensticker, if I would like to give a short speech this afternoon, I was honestly first hesitating a bit because usually that's not really my big point to have such a speech, but it's not really better, isn't it? It's okay. But after a few hours thinking about it, I must say I feel a bit honored to be part of this opening ceremony and to be able to say some words, because it's really an interesting time for all of us in the industry. It's a changing time. I think we all have to think a bit forward and not looking backwards. We all have to think about how we can improve ourselves, how we can do our job every day a bit better to support at the end of the day all the same customers, the industry, because we all have the same goal. We all want to support our customers, my customers, also your customers in the same way, in the best way. And so it was for me, after a few hours, I was like, okay, let's do it. Not even 10 years ago, we were honestly thinking about, does the PSI make sense for us to go to Düsseldorf and being part of it? And I had some years where I was totally on my own. Walking around and where I was a bit lost because I had no idea, does it really make sense to have such a show? After a few years, I must say, yes, it makes sense for us. This year I have around 35 colleagues of my company with me. We have 75 customers from all over Europe coming to Düsseldorf and walking around with us, and we try to give them a slight impression, a first impression, what we as an industry can do and how we can support them and how good we are and which kind of quality level we have. And whenever someone is asking me why the PSI, it's always the same answer. When the first time an industry customer enters hall 12, doesn't matter 9, 12, 13 with us, it's always like, wow. I've never seen a show of the promotional item industry in such a good quality. They are real booths, they are real stands where companies invest a lot of money, and I've never seen it on a roadshow, not in another country, and I've been to China, to Hong Kong, to the US, so I think I have seen quite a lot of different shows all over the world, and I must say, this one is for me. And I think if you see how visitors are in Düsseldorf this year and last year and the years before, this is really, for me, the only show on a global platform where we show us how good we are and how high quality we can deliver. And that's the most important for me, to bring all our customers, again, from all over Europe to Düsseldorf. And again, we have 75 different customers from different industries with us in the next 3 days, and it's more than important for us to have such a show here in Düsseldorf. And what I think, and that's big thanks to Michael and also to Viola, she's organizing the whole show. It really needs show here, and it needs a change for the whole industry. It's getting all more transparent. You have mentioned it in the press conference this morning. The whole industry is getting more transparent. It's easy to Google or Alibaba whatever you want to have, and you can easily source it from all over the world. It may be much cheaper than order it by a dealer in Europe or from an importer. But at the end of the day, it's more than just getting an item cheap and fast from China or from wherever in the world. It needs service behind, and that's exactly what we want to do. We want to service our customer. That's also what we do here. It's kind of a service. We want to show them how good we are, how professional we are, how professional our suppliers, and that our service is for sure much better than just ordering something online. And that's, I think, a really, really important part. But what does it mean to bring customers to such a show? First of all, we have to trust each other. And that's also, thanks again, Michael, that I'm allowed to speak here. It's a kind of trustness towards cyberware, so it's really very good. We have to trust our suppliers have to trust us, because without trust, I think our business is so complicated today. If we cannot trust each other, it would make no sense for us. So we want to trust our suppliers want to trust us, and at the end of the day, also our customers want to trust us that our service is the best service they can get. And we have an open communication with our dealer, with our importers, with our suppliers and our customers. We bring them at the same table, we talk about new projects with all of them to get the best result at the end of the day. And that's, for me, the most important part of everything, that trust each other. I think you can't trust each other enough, though that's really something. You mentioned it, PSI is celebrating the 60th anniversary. We're celebrating 25 years. I never really had the idea to run such a business. So 25 years ago we started with printing t-shirts. So I think we're a good example of promo textiles and promotional items, how it can finally end up. And we are very proud of that one. But I think one point is, and that's something when suppliers are asking me today, why are you doing good? For me, it's pretty simple to answer. We're always trying to be ahead. We're always trying to be a bit better than yesterday. We're always going forward, and we try new things. And that's the same with the restructuring of the PSI show. Last year, to combine it with 2 other shows, it's opening for 3 days for the industry. You can have discussions forth and back. At the end of the day, it's a decision from the Real Expo to do it, because that's their job. And yes, I think it makes sense, because again, that's the only show where we really show who we are, what we do, and how we do it, and with the passion we do it every day. And that's again a point for me, not looking backwards, really looking forward and doing something new. That's also for the industry. I think for our industry, for the promotional item industry, it's the most important part. The good times, the old times, for sure they were good times. Maybe it was 20 years ago, it was easier to do good business and to have bigger margins. Even more important today, to have a good service, to have a good team behind, and that your customers really feel comfortable in working with you and really trust in us. Also, our economy is getting more global. That's also a fact. The show is getting more global. I think I've never seen more, let's say, international exhibitors than this year. It was already a bit shocking last year how many different suppliers from all over the world are coming to Düsseldorf, but it's a good sign. Especially the textile industry is always a bit ahead, I think, when it's getting more international. But that's also, I think, a chance for us to get a better supply base, to get better suppliers from all over the world, and take the chance to network on that show, because that's the thing what we do. It's not really that we're doing big deals here. We are not really doing whatever. It's more networking and using that platform to, what we do for. But again, for that it needs boldness, the courage to approach each other and to accept other opinions. That's also something. We can easily discuss about other decisions, but at the end, I think everyone is on his own to make decisions. And sometimes it's better to make a decision and to go straight forward, instead of discussing around and talking around and not doing nothing. So I think it's the time to do something, and again to go forward. So yes, in that spirit, I wish you all a nice show. I think it's an inspiring show. Again, it's a global platform. Let's use it together. Let's work trustful to each other together, and trust each other, and have fun. And I hope you will do some good business. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you so much. I think celebrating 60 years, you mentioned two things I would love to underline as well. It's trust. We need more trust. I remember when I started in this industry, well, there was less trust, so it's today not so bad, but it could be more. And the other thing is looking forward. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow, but yesterday is gone. History is good to learn from the history, but we have to think about what's going on in this industry for the next couple of years, and we have to be prepared. Because there is still disruption, and internet business is getting so many opportunities, also for new companies who do not know about the value chain. They just do it. They don't think about that. So trust and looking forward, I think, is very important. I wish you a successful show. I wish us a successful show. I wish you a good year, a good business year, health, prosperous, and whatever you wish yourself. Thank you very much and enjoy the show. Thank you.